Greetings, beautiful people. I want to talk about, do some research on this, okay? But they're trying to block out the sun, all right? And their reasons for wanting to do this is, what's up, Farrell? What's up, buddy? Say hi to everybody. Their reasons for doing this is global warming, okay? And yet, us like gullible people will buy that story and will say, yes, the sun needs to be blocked out, okay? We are in the age of Aquarius, okay? See, right now, more than ever, we're going to be receiving downloads and information. And, the age of Aquarius shows a man bearing water, all right? Water is memory. And this is what happens when you block out the sun. Not only do you get blocked of sun codes, okay? But this is why, because when they block out the sun, it blocks out the light to the plants. The plants give off oxygen. There's water in the air, okay? And this is where, along with, proper hydration, proper meditation, and of course, the urine therapy, you will literally come to a huge realization by just doing breath work, especially in the mornings, you know what I mean? When, the sun's coming up and when the sun's going down, midday too, you know what I mean? Whenever you get a chance. But just to give a little time and energy to the sun, because energy flows where attention goes. And, your eyes being the windows to the soul, you literally let light into your house along with breath work. See, this is what happens when you let light through your eyes. It's, let's say if you have vampires in you, what happens when you put light on vampires? They disintegrate. And then when you do breath work, it's kind of like you're cleaning house with like an air blower or a vacuum cleaner to some extent. But using your imagination, of course, this is very important, because when you meditate and you move energies around, of course, imagination is huge. Picturing a ball of golden light. But when you do this breath work and you envision you ingesting golden light and through your breath, and then, when you release black smoke, toxicity, this is where you will be cleaning house. And your imagination is powerful. Your meditation is powerful, because since you're focusing on that, energy is flowing where you're putting attention to, okay? Now, another thing is also avoiding the clutter of, nonsense information that doesn't serve you. Entertainment. You see, entertainment. You see the word mentality at the end. All right, they literally attain your mind. All right, so watch your, and I'm not telling you not to be entertained. Entertainment is good. All right, but if you're a zombie, you're going to be easily programmed, because you won't know what to be aware of and what. The same way that I told you, when you eat meat, you won't be able to tell the energies that you're ingesting. Or if you're around a toxic person and you're cluttered and you're not really in the know, you won't even notice the difference of somebody being toxic to you. And you also won't be conscious aware if somebody pisses you off, that you don't stoop to their level. You know what I mean? See, here's what's happening. The universe, it reacts to you. All right, so here's what's happening. Let's say if your universe is a mess inside, okay, which is your insides, that's going to be a reflection of what you project outside of you. So if your outside looks chaotic, it could be that maybe you need to do a cleanse inside. So this is why it's good to, go within, get to know yourself, so you don't go, without. And, that's why they say, as within, so without, as above, so below. We focus on this 3D realm of reality. We go up, down, left, right, front, back. But, few of us go within. So this is very important to keep in mind, okay? And the sun, okay? Here's what's going on with the sun. The sun is a giver of all life, okay? We shouldn't be applying anything to block out the sun. For example, sunblock. now that the sun is coming, okay? See, here's what's going on now. Light photons, light codes. This is what goes through your pores or portals, okay? Which your pores are portals, all right? And you get these downloads through your skin, okay? Your skin. See the letter S? S is a symbol. It's a serpent skin. You see, we have serpent skin. That's why we shed skin. We have scales, okay? And it's like serpent. That's why they call it the S kin. Kin is something related to you or close to you. So what is close to you? Your skin, okay? Protect your skin. Now here's another advice I'm going to give you. Keep your skin clean, but when you do get vitamin D and these downloads from the sun, do not wash it off, because here's what happens. Your vitamin D, first of all, is not even a vitamin, it's a hormone. It's produced on the skin, and after you get a suntan or you get, you know, the light, you actually need to let it do its job, let it process. See, a lot of people, they go in the sun and then they want to jump in the shower, and when what happens is that you actually end up washing all that beneficial information and hormone production on the skin, because it's produced on the skin. Okay, so do not take a shower for like 4 to 6 hours. Do not apply sunblock. People say, but yo, the sun gives you cancer. The sun doesn't give you cancer, okay? What's giving you cancer is what you eat. See, if I put dead flesh out in the sun, all right, it's gonna rot. So that's what's happening to you. You're gonna rot, okay? And here's what's happening too. The reason that, and I'm gonna talk about what's going on with the meat, but the reason why there's global warming is because this planet is trying to heat itself up to get rid of the viruses and bacteria that parasitic people are inhabiting here, okay? Viruses. So when you're sick, your body raises its body temperature, and it requires a lot of energy to do that, okay? And instead of giving it a Tylenol, you let it run its course. But what are we doing with the planet when we block out the sun or do chemtrails and all that? What's happening is equivalent to us giving the planet a pill, rather than just letting it be and letting it just do its thing. Let it kill all the parasites. You see, the people that are eating garbage, those people will burn like vampires, okay? Which is why I'm going to give you this knowledge. So hopefully if you're watching this video, it's meant for you. Do not eat meat. Do not eat shit that doesn't resonate with the sun, because here's what's going to happen. When something doesn't resonate with you, okay, it's going to cause friction. It's going to cause an imbalance. So this is why when you go in the sun, you actually feel uncomfortable in the sun. Some people can't even take the heat, and the sun doesn't give off. I mean, see, this is the thing. Everything outside of you is just, it's an illusion, okay? So I'm just going to talk like this just for the sake of you understanding what I'm trying to tell you. But some people can't, you know, take the heat from the sun. And the reason this happens is because everybody, when you eat meat, let's say, or something that's unnatural to the body, you run a subtle fever. Because what's happening is the body has to work harder to metabolize foods like meat that is very hard for the body to digest. So people actually have a subtle fever, okay? See, the body temperature supposedly is not supposed to be 98.6 degrees. It's actually supposed to be a little bit lower. And your body has to work extra hard to actually work on going back into homeostasis. You see, if your blood becomes too acidic, you actually die. So it has to maintain a certain alkalinity so that you can maintain proper homeostasis, body temperature, and actual health. So stop eating garbage that doesn't resonate with nature, because you see, you have a system. This is a system. Your body is not even, it's literally part of the whole program that we have. And this is why whenever you see like digestive system, nervous system, circulatory system, you know what I mean? Everything's a system. You know what I mean? But what are you? You're a natural being. You're in your most natural state, human nature. You know what I mean? So when you hear that, you know, even human, yeah, we're being human, because see, you're not really the human, because you're a human being. You're being human, okay? But in order for you to have a connection with the blueprint or the natural state, you have to have this vessel operating correctly, because if not, it's going to burn out, okay? Giving it the proper fuels is important. See, People think that the sun gives you cancer, but the sun doesn't give you cancer. What's giving you cancer is the oils that are coming out of your skin from the meat and the saturated fats and the garbage that you ingested. This is why they say you are where you eat. If you eat fruits, you will thrive in the sun because, first of all, you're going to be in an alkaline state. Your body temperature will be lower, so you'll be able to withstand the heat. This is why sometimes even in the winter, maybe you do want to raise the acidity level a little bit, okay? Because if you're too alkaline, then you're going to actually feel very, very cold, all right? But you're not going to raise the acidity level by eating meat. What you do is you just ingest more, like, let's say tubers, like cooked foods, you know what I mean? You want to maybe like eat some lentils and beans and maybe even have some coffee, you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with coffee as long as it's organic. Coffee is actually a powerful antioxidant. But then here's the thing, when it comes to antioxidants, you guys need to understand what antioxidants are. You can't just ingest antioxidants if your body is dirty, because you see, you need to oxidize the toxins in your body. And when you oxidize, you're disintegrating and getting rid of them. But if you're taking antioxidants and your body's dirty, you ain't going to be able to get rid of these toxins. So it's good to first clean your body out, get rid of these toxins, and then you take antioxidants. Okay? Now, everything has to be in balance. All right? See, too much alkalinity is not good, even though, yeah, we're supposed to be eating alkaline foods, but you also go, you see, this is part of, like, riding the wave. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. But here's the thing. Row your boat gently down the stream, but sometimes you just gotta ride the wave. Don't go against the current, because you might get washed up if your vessel ain't strong enough to swim through these waters. You know what I mean? So this is why it's important to have some knowledge. And you know, when you listen to knowledge, make sure you it's information, just like food. And sometimes, and let me give you another advice too. Before I give you the advice, let me finish what I was saying. But, you know, you want to meditate so that you digest the information. It's kind of like when you eat, you need to metabolize your food, you know what I mean? So you don't have indigestion, okay? Now, here's the advice I was going to give you. When you eat food, okay, try to be mindful of the food. Taste the flavors, you know what I mean? Like, if you're eating an apple, chew it correctly, enjoy it in your mouth, savor it. Be in the now while you're chewing it. You know what I mean? Try to be mindful of everything you do. Everything. And here's what's going to happen. Is you're going to start to wake your spirit up. Because now you're also going to have a good soul influence. See, this is food for the soul when you do that. This is why they say soul food. Soul food ain't southern food like fried chicken and fucking grits and all that shit. See, soul food is you being mindful of the food you're eating, so that this way you can correlate that with information when you actually ingest it. You'd be surprised at the download you get when you start to meditate. Okay? I think that's all I'm going to cover. By the way, don't worry about the sun burning you. The sun will never burn you. The reason that it's burning you is the oils that come out of your skin. You are where you eat. If you put oil and water don't go. You're made of 85% water. And if you put oil in a glass, it's gonna sip up to the top. And when you go in the sun, you actually sweat. The oils come to the surface. Then that's what's burning you. Okay? So don't be gullible. Don't listen to the bullshit that they feed you, because here's the thing. The sun is natural. And when something is distorted, like anything that's genetically modified, like foods or you know, anything that goes against nature, that's what you should start to question. That's where you really need to be like, I need to look into this a little bit more. But like things that don't serve you, or things that can be rewritten, for example, and we already know time doesn't exist. We're multidimensional. We should just live in the now. And yeah, if you want to start connecting dots based on some like knowledge, you know, from the past that might enlighten you, yeah, absolutely. But don't get consumed in it. You know what I mean? Because you get consumed into it. You become that, and then you can never get out. That's why they call it a rabbit hole. You go into that and you can't, it's hard to get out. And that's what you become. This is why even law of attraction, sometimes when they say, oh, you want to be successful, you got to be that. But the experience is where you die. Like if you're worried about bills, right, you become that worry, right? So be the change that you want to be. And that's where you're going to start to be empowered, and you start empowering others. And when you start empowering others, you're literally uplifting yourself as well. Okay? Because you create your world. Okay? So you come here as creators. And that's what you want to do. You don't let anybody create the light for you. You create your own light, and you start to empower everybody. And it's not a religion. You don't push anything on anybody. If anybody's meant to listen to the information, they will. And that's why I make videos, so that if anybody's resonating or anybody's meant to listen to this, they will. All right? So I'll talk to you all soon.